Hey everybody, Tracy Brown here. And I'm inside. It's almost too hot to be outside right now, which is such a bummer because it's November. And I literally forgot it was November given how warm it is. My husband had to remind me, oh yeah, we're still in October. He's like, no, we've been November now for 4 or 5 days. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Excuse me. So I wanted to talk about feeding the good. This came up in the last, at least once on Friday, at least once already today, around there are more things that I think that, and again, this goes all into the holiday stuff, but I wanted to talk about it again. I know I've talked about it on my free holiday eating training I had, in my group and my self-study. It was really not about, trying to remind you all that. It's really just about the idea that because of the pressures of wanting to smooth things over and make things easier, and I totally get that. Basically, I am encouraging you today to be really attuned to what your needs are versus the old neural pathway of what we do, which is, let's say you're at a family thing and there is some kind of like uncomfortable or disturbing food and body talk, or you know that you're at an event where people are going to be criticizing your own bodies or maybe other people's, or just judging maybe others in general, and you can feel that in you now that a lot of you are a little bit more awake to that doesn't feel good in your system and you don't want to go along with that. So this applies to a lot of my clients right now who are like, I know diet culture is BS, and I don't agree with like talking about people like that, let's say. But when you're in that situation, it's now on us to be more attuned to us. And what I mean by that is you've got fight, which is I want to argue with everybody about how wrong they are about talking about dieting, or I want to run away and hide in the corner to avoid all that. C, I'll be complicit in it, even though it just kills me inside to do it. It just feels safer and more comfortable. I'm giving you option D, which is be really, really attuned to what your needs are. Now, it's totally acceptable to be frustrated and angry about the damage done by diet culture. Not that you should be, but I think that all of us who are probably watching this are on that path in some way. And that is really good fuel. It's like jet fuel, honestly, to keep in good boundaries around this. And it's not that you shouldn't have that. It's that it's easy to want to debate everybody and not attack, but like push against. And what I would say is that you're allowed to have your anger about that and find the place in you and what you need. So let's say that what you really need is like so-and-so says this, or they don't eat sugar, or they're not eating gluten. And you could feel like the surge of like, oh, I don't want to be around this. This makes me mad. I don't like it. And take a step back with attunement towards, okay, I feel that sensation, and what do I need to do right now to actually feed the good in me and maybe even in this person? And some of you that might, you hear that like, oh my gosh, this person's so overwhelming to me, I can't do that. And that is totally true. You might not be able to do that. That might not even be reasonable, doable, whatever, because maybe a person's too toxic for you. So I would say in that case, then don't do that. I mean, really just find your space without judging yourself in the room, in the event, in the whatever, and have a good boundary around how long you're going to be there, and then make your exit. Or maybe you won't even go if things are that toxic. But for most of us, it's like that messy middle where it's like you want to go to the event, the party, the holiday, the birthday party, the shower, the wedding, the whatever, and you're going to bump into people where it's like inherently, they're not bad. It's just that they don't get it, and you're not in agreement. And it's easy to want it to be all or nothing. Either I go to run away and hide or be complicit in that so I could feel connected to them, or I want to fight. And it's like, well, what if there's this middle place of you feel what you feel about whatever is done and said, you tune back into yourself, like, okay, so where am I and what do I need? And oh yeah, I'm going to use this tool, whether it's the rain stick videos I've shown you guys or getting outside and taking a break. My favorites are bathroom vacations, where you take a few minutes to get a breath and just be with yourself and feel your feet or whatever. And then come back to, okay, this is where I am, this is what I need, and I still want to be connected to this person. You know, I still do care. I don't want to hide in the corner by myself and then leave this place feeling lonely and empty and totally disconnected to guard my heart. So it's like, okay, so is there anything of good that we can connect with? Because it's certainly not going to be diet culture talk. But I don't want to totally isolate either. And so this is just like a little snippet. I want to give little bits of things like this week, and then in the coming weeks, whenever it feels really obvious that's up for people. And just remind you of, like, there are ways. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. And sometimes there is. I mean, there's a percentage of time where it's just not healthy to be in those situations. But most of the time it's going to be in a situation where I need to hold steady in my process and what I believe in and what are my values, without throwing every event out the door that I can't go to because there's going to be people that might be negative about food or body. So that was my quick little message for today. Hope that was helpful. Anybody can leave comments, likes, questions, and tag me, and I will answer them or come back to them. If you want to do a private message, please do that. And I think that's it. I hope this was just a little smidge helpful to you today, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye.